So everybody's talking about how AI is going to take your jobs, but no one's showing you how to use AI to build your own job. Today, we're going to talk about something different. We're going to do something different. I'm going to treat ChatGPT like a business partner, not a toy, not a gimmick, but a real co-founder. This thing's going to blow you away. We're going to have a conversation live about what it is going to take to build a business within 15 minutes. I'm going to feed it information about myself, my background, my skills, and my goals. And we're going to get it to basically design us a new business from scratch. So whether you're in a job you hate, afraid of layoffs, or you're just tired of building someone else's dream, this episode is going to show you how to use AI from start to finish to design your own gig, your own job, your own freelance opportunity so you can get out of that place that really isn't serving you, that current job you're in. Think of it as your first meeting with your AI co-founder. We're going to get right into it. Okay, so now we're on ChatGPT and we're going to go ahead and start asking it questions. But before we do that, we got to feed it context. So it's a machine, it's a black box. We're going to give it information about ourselves. I'm going to go first, and then you're basically going to just, do this on your own. But it's pretty straightforward. All you're going to talk about is your skills, your passions, your career history, your goals, and then you're going to go off. Let's get into it. I'm going to put it in voice mode because it's so much easier. And then I'm going to go with, hey, ChatGPT, I am interested in working on building a business. I currently have a job, and my skills are that I've been setting up real estate deals, to some of which have been flipping houses, some of which have been setting up a backpacker resort. My skills are very good at development, understanding real estate transactions, understanding real estate contracts, understanding valuation of land, understanding zoning, understanding international law, understanding international business. Some of my passions are dealing with people and also technology. When I built the backpacker resort a few years ago, I had to deal with local populations in different countries that spoke different languages, and I had to figure out how to get them to all work together on the mission, which was to build a backpacker resort. So I really like to engage with cultures. I really enjoy playing beach volleyball. I really enjoy doing a lot of things that are growth oriented. I'm not so much of a data spreadsheet person, but I can do it. But my preference, if you're asking what my passions are, it's more to deal with people, with numbers, with building businesses, the creative concept, and how to organize systems and logistics. My career history is about selling furniture. That was my first business in mattresses. My second business was buying and selling motorsports, so motorcycles, scooters, boats, RVs, anything that would either, drive on the road or float on the water. That's kind of what got me into selling real estate. I just kept getting bigger and bigger deals, and eventually I was buying and flipping homes. And then I decided to sink my money into a backpacker resort in an international destination in a foreign country. So that's kind of my career history. I've always been about building businesses, doing that concept of 0 to 1. And I haven't been much of a manager or an operations guy, although I understand how to put the systems together. I'd rather put them together and hand them off to someone to run the day to day. My goals are to build a business from scratch and get it really quickly to give me momentum, $1,000 a month. And that way I know that we have validation. Once it gets to 1,000, obviously we're going to scale it to 5 to 10. Ideally, all of this would happen within 3 to 6 months. And so the lifestyle that I'm looking at is putting in about 5 to 8 hours at the beginning. And then as systems and processes take over, I'll probably put in between 4 and 6 hours on average. I want it to fit into my lifestyle and not have my lifestyle become this. So I definitely am interested in scaling and using operations and AI to lighten my workload. So that's kind of what you're looking for, is a conversation with ChatGPT. I'm looking at the screen, I'm talking directly into it. I don't have to take the fast approach. I'm just, kind of going off the top of my head. So this is my speed. You can take pauses. Okay. An example prompt is, ChatGPT, here's my background. Talk about it for 3, 5, 6 minutes, 10 minutes if you want. I've worked in this field for X years, and my top skills are, list them out. I want to start earning independently within 90 days. What business models fit me best? We click the OK button. It'll transcribe this, give it some time. It's going to do its thing. And within, I don't know, a minute, maybe 2 minutes, it'll take everything you've talked about. It'll start bringing it down into transcription. And then you can edit it if you like, but you can upload it and then it starts thinking, right? So it'll give you a very good, this is authentic, it's great type of thing. You got to weed through that, right? Kind of become numb to the uh, praise it'll give you. And then core skills, what you're actually good at, you can make adjustments to this. You can make, edits to it. But right now it says deal making ability for sure. Development literacy, absolutely. Cross-cultural competence, absolutely. I've been offshore for 9 years. System builder mindset, absolutely. So it nailed it, right? Assumption check. You say you're not much of a manager, but in fact you possess your success required project management. Okay, that's true, but I don't really enjoy it. Just not maintenance management. The difference matters, right? So it's talking to me. I'm agreeing with it. It picked it up, right? My temperament, how I work best, it'll give you that too. Constraints, this is how much time I'm willing to put into it, how much capital I'm willing to put into it. And then it'll tell me, hey, this favors agency or marketplace models, concierge or high ticket advisory, digital arbitrage. So it's giving you already something to go off of, right? The best thing is that number 4 is opportunity fit right here, right? This is where my background intersects the market gap. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the marriage between what am I good at? What does the market need? How do we merge this, right? So that's really where we're trying to find out where the happy marriage is, right? And my strongest intersections right now are these 4 things based on what I told it. Great. I'm going to look into it. So I've got a lot of food for thought already, right? And I've got a skeptic's counterpoint. A critical thinker would challenge you like this. And point number 1 is very good. I have broad, deep expertise, but what's my unique edge today? Not 5 years ago. And that is very true. I built the backpacker resort 7 years ago, right? I ended up selling it 5 years ago. So these are really kind of like provoking emotion, like, oh, wow, maybe my skill set's a little bit dated. Maybe I need to refresh it. Not a problem. That's part of it. I like people and systems. Okay. So all of this is something to consider, but it's giving me good food for thought, right? Strategic reframe. Think of myself as this, right? And then next steps. If you want, I can now lay out 3 specific blueprints, right? Or I can act as a skeptical partner. This is fantastic. So right now I've got insight and I want to ask it some more questions. Okay. I'm going to start asking, this is great feedback and you really got the essence of where my career has taken me over the last few years. I really like the intersection of where my skills are and maybe possible market gaps existing. My real question is, what are the fastest ways for me to get $1,000 a month so that I can get momentum and know that I can do this? So I'm asking it a very pointed question, right? It's like super pointed, super greedy, super in your face. It doesn't matter. Just get to it. If you really want to make $1,000 a month so you can get momentum and validation and go, maybe this is real. This is the question. Ask it. Hit it. It's uploading. It's going to check. It's going to talk about it. It's going to say, hey, within 90 days, you need to do 1 of 2 things. And you're going to have a great conversation with it, right? So we're going to now talk back in the show, now that we've kind of started the conversation with ChatGPT, what the rest of this brainstorm is going to look like. All right, so now that we're finished with the AI context feeding, we're going to go into the ideation and validation stage, right? This is once you've shared your story with ChatGPT, it's going to give you a list of ideas. And this is kind of when most people stop, right? It's a little too soon, right? You got a bunch of ideas. And you're like, oh, okay, great. I feel like, I know where I'm going now. You're just kind of starting. We need to expand these ideas. We need to iterate these ideas. We need to improve on these ideas. So don't just take the first answer it gives you. You got to iterate. You got to improve, right? You got to ask follow-up questions that are amazing. Like, what's the fastest one of these options that'll make me $1,000 a month, right? Which one of these can I build a customer profile like this? Like, I'm used to dealing with these customers. How can I build a customer profile like this, right? Which one of these can I automate the fastest with AI? Which one of these is most likely to give me a 4-hour work day if I spend the first 2 months building the business, right? Rank them by scalability and time freedom or whatever it is you're interested in doing, whether it's pay or time freedom or ease of setup or, whatever it is. This back and forth is where the magic happens, right? This is where you take a good idea and you flesh out the juiciness that's going to give you the job exactly how you want it. ChatGPT is going to become a mirror for your potential, and you need to feed it great questions in order for it to give you great answers. And the best part, it's going to touch on your blind spots. So you're not going to go into this going, oh, Lord, this is amazing. ChatGPT keeps praising me and telling me my ideas are amazing. It's also going to give you your blind spots, right? And as you saw in my conversation, it said, hey, as a skeptical co-founder, like, what if your skills are a little bit outdated? It's been 7 years since you built your real estate business last. What's going on there? Like, oh, wow, it was kind of tough, like, for me to actually sit there and listen to that. But it's the truth. I got to sharpen up. Maybe my skills are a little outdated. I got to update them, right? So it's going to start telling you which ideas match your goals, your time, and your resources. And then you're going to get to validate them, right? One of the good things is you can ask it really specific questions. I don't have any money. How can I start this with a zero marketing budget? The better the question, the better the answer. That's the ideation and validation stage. And hopefully you can get that done within 5 to 10 minutes so that you'll end up with 3 to 5 strong, validated business directions, not just ideas, that you could build a blueprint with. Because we're going to get into the next one, which is from idea to action, right? The blueprint. So I've got an idea here. I've got an idea there. Maybe it told me to be a real estate consultant as option number 1. Okay, so how do you do real estate consultant, right? That's the main question. Well, you got to ask it questions like, hey, once you've got your top idea, say for me, it's a real estate consultant, the next step is turning it into a system. So I will ask it questions so I can get a 30-day roadmap, as you can see here, right? I'll ask it questions like, hey, what's the best way to take this idea and give me a 30-day roadmap with all of the daily steps and tasks, right? The tools I'm going to need and a direction that I could basically know what key milestones are in, right? So like I need to know tools and tasks. What are my milestones? What am I working towards? And say that I'm working solo 2 hours a day to build this over the next 30 days. Prompt GPT, and it'll give you magic. It'll give you something special. Watch what happens, right? That's where the iteration happens. The idea to action starts to take place, right? And so this is what you want. You want to get a roadmap, right? You'll get a full game plan, marketing, automation, corporate setup, customer profiles, maybe even a cash flow plan if it involves like investing cash on your own. These are things that usually take weeks. Like straight up, the beauty to ChatGPT is you can literally take what took you 5 to 6 weeks of researching and internet searches and all that stuff and literally compress it into an hour, maybe even 15 minutes once you get good at it. And you can go through ideas like this to flesh out the one you really want. This is how you replace your employer, not by panicking and hiding from the truth that AI is going to take pretty much most jobs, but you're going to have to see that if you partner with AI, you'll get a great outcome. And so this is the beginning of your new reality, right? So if you're ready to build your own job with AI, subscribe now, and I'll have a newsletter here pretty soon so you can subscribe to that. But this is what it's about, because the future belongs, right, to people who replace themselves before AI does. And that's what this channel's here for. I'll catch you on the next one. If you liked what you saw, please click like and subscribe, and then feel free to follow up with this video or this one. They're both going to help you optimize how to date as an established man. You'll have more success with women. I guarantee it.